Welcome back to Drinking This Tea, the podcast where we spill the tea on internet controversy, catastrophic events, and all the mess in between. Today, I'll only be covering official statements from gold medalist and Saron's family, as released through the YouTube channel Garo Zero. Rumors are everywhere, but we're sticking to what has been formally said. Saron's family held a press conference releasing screenshots to challenge the narrative around her relationship with Hyun, specifically when she was still a minor. They claim they have found a second legal notice from Hyun's agency Gold Medalist. In this legal notice, they warned Saron to not post any more pictures or interfere with their series The Queen of Tears, or she would be held responsible financially for any damages. Also, a picture of Saron from 2017 was shared by the family, which they believe it shows her with Hyun, as per the similarity on a former campaign the actor had participated in. But gold medalist denies this, saying that the jacket in the photo isn't from the same brand Hyun advertised. The agency also clarified that their legal notice wasn't a threat, just a precaution to avoid further drama, and that they were open to discussing any debt with Saron. Meanwhile, a former boyfriend of Saron came forward claiming her real issues were her family of abandonment and her toxic marriage with her husband, who was even abusive. He alleges Saron married a Korean-American man in early 2025 in New York City, and he also mentioned that they had always been in contact during difficult times. He also accused her family of being unsupportive, pointing to an incident where they didn't even show up for when she self-harmed in late 2024. Adding fuel to the fire, a YouTuber named Lee Jin-oh, who has a history of harassing Saron, leaked an audio of her talking about getting married, though her family denied knowing about it. The husband also spoke up, confirming the marriage and the fact that they were in the process of divorcing. He also denied being abusive, offering to open a police investigation to clear his name. Then, in another press conference, Saron's family presented old text messages between her and Hyun from 2016. These messages seemed to suggest a romantic relationship, but questions arose about their authenticity, specifically since Hyun's profile picture used in the chat was taken in 2020, not in 2016, though the attorney clarified that they were reconstructed. Gold medalists insist the texts are taken out of context, claiming they only started their relationship after 2019, but the public is leaning more towards believing Saron's family at this point. Later, after 21 days since everything blew up, Hyun has finally broken his silence. At a tense, emotional press conference, all eyes were on him, waiting to hear whether he'd admit to dating Saron when she was still a minor, or deny everything again. Hyun began the press conference with a distant, blank stare as he read from his letter. His emotions slowly broke through until he was outright crying. His first words? An apology. He said he felt responsible for the pain people were experiencing and that the deceased one couldn't rest. Throughout the statement, he never referred to Saron by her name. Instead, he called her Go-in, a respectful Korean term for somebody who has passed. He described himself as a coward, someone who, out of fear of losing everything, chose to run and deny rather than to face the truth. He said that's why it took him so long to come forward, and now he regrets not speaking up sooner. He wonders what could have been different if he'd been honest from the start. He addressed the photo Saron posted back in March 2024, while The Queen of Tears was still airing. At the time, he denied their relationship rumors, not because they were not true, but because he wanted to protect the drama's production and his role in it. He spoke about two sides of himself, the public figure and the private person, and how every time they clashed, he chose the celebrity side. With fame came the burden of responsibility, and he feared that one wrong move would bring everything crashing down. Even now, he says if he could go back to that moment, he would still choose to protect his professional image, because he believed he had no other option. He admitted that he was anxious about how his statement would be perceived. He was advised by some people to partially admit to things, just enough to calm public opinion and let the heat die down. He reflected that if he had done that, maybe his private life wouldn't have been exposed. Maybe he wouldn't be receiving daily threats, but still, he refused, because he says he cannot admit to things that aren't true. He once again denied dating Saron when she was still a minor. He called the relationship a typical one, emotional, imperfect, and eventually over. After they broke up, he says that they drift apart. Since they work at the same agency, he still had some idea of how she was doing and didn't feel the need to reach out. When her DUI incident happened, he said that it was difficult to contact her. He believed that she had already started seeing someone else, and even if that sounds like an excuse, he insists he simply didn't want to get involved. He said that despite the love and the appreciation he has received, he's also been hated and judged based on rumors presented as a fact. As a public figure, he's used to that, but this time he felt forced to speak because Sharon's family has directly accused him of serious things. Things like dating her as a minor, manipulating her, pressuring her financially, and ultimately pushing her towards her death, even calling him a murderer. Fuck. However that word's supposed to be said, I can't. At that point, he played an audio recording. It was a conversation between a former gold medalist representative and someone from Sharon's last agency. In the call, gold medalist explains that the legal document sent to Sharon was not meant as a threat. It was just an administrative process, and they even asked the agency to calmly explain it to Sharon so that she wouldn't worry. Hyun now questions why that same person is accusing the agency of pressuring her with the debt when the call suggested things were already clarified. He made it clear if he had done anything wrong, he will take responsibility, but he will not confess to lies. He pointed out the inconsistencies in the evidence released by the family. Some of the texts were dated in 2016, but included photos that weren't taken until 2019. In one message, Sharon claimed that she was 16 and that he was 30, but in reality, he was 28 at the time. He found it strange that she would make these kind of mistakes. In another message, she misspelled the name of her own agency, saying golden medalist instead of gold medalist, where she worked for 4 years, and even got the length of her contract wrong. Because of these discrepancies, he believes the screenshots might have been altered. He has already submitted them to Forensic Analysis Institute, and he asked the family to do the same, officially through law enforcement, so a proper investigation can take place. After Hyun finished speaking, his attorney stepped forward to make a final statement. He reminded the press that there wouldn't be a Q&A session, and then dropped the bombshell. There will be a legal action taken against Sharon's family, an unidentified individual referred to as Auntie, and to the YouTube channel Gato Zero. The charges, defamation, and civil claim for damages totaling around $8 million. Still, one journalist called out asking, "When and where did you meet Kim Sharon? At least just clarify this, please." But the moderator quickly shut it down. There won't be further questions. And so, the public is still left in the dark about how, when, and where their relationship began. All we know is that Hyun publicly admitted to a relationship that started from 2019 and ended on 2020. Then, just days after the press conference, Hyun and his agency Gold Medalist announced a new legal claim against Gato Zero for harassment, accusing them of spreading completely fabricated and manipulated quote-unquote proof. To shut down the rumors, Gold Medalist dropped a series of images debunking every major accusation. Let's break it down. First, in the infamous ski trip photo, turns out it wasn't a romantic getaway. It was a group trip with their agency team. There's even a group photo dated in January 22nd, 2020 to back it up. Second, the controversial outfit that allegedly places Sharon with Hyun in 2016. As mentioned before, that jacket wasn't even out on the market until 2019, although some netizens argue a similar one existed back in 2014. Third, the penless dishwashing photo. Gold Medalist says that it was taken in 2020 as she had moved into that apartment in January of that same year, when they were already a couple. And importantly, after Sharon had already turned of legal age in July 2019. Now, the spicy chicken video. Metadata shows that it was edited on June 20th, 2018 at 11:20 p.m. Gold Medalist confirms it was recorded at Hyun's parents' place during his military break and with having his family present. Although it raised some eyebrows due to the late hour and the presence of alcohol, leading to a speculation about underage drinking on top of it. Several other photos with no major storyline, yet according to Gold Medalist, they claim that they were taken after Sharon was of legal age. And then there were the infamous text messages, like the one saying, "When are we sleeping together while hugging?" Hyun's agency insists he didn't send it, could be someone else or edited. They have asked the family to hand everything over to the authorities to have forensic researchers show the veracity of these. Finally, messages from 2018, the Gold Medalist confirms that they are real, but sent during a short military leave and with no romantic relationship at the time. April 2nd, 2018. Hyun, "I want to see you, Seronero." Sharon, "When?" Hyun, "We had set this Thursday with the script. I want to see you now." Sharon, "The filming was cancelled, so just come see me. What time does your therapy session end?" Hyun, "Oh, it got cancelled? I will go to the hospital, then dinner, then the gym, and I might be done by 9 p.m. April 11, 2018. Hyun sends a picture with a message. "On my way to the hospital." Sharon, "Okay, I am going home and I should be there by 9. Hyun, "What? Then just don't go home and come straight to see me. Haha." Sharon, Straight to you? Okay, Soo-hyun. Wow. Haha, what time exactly? April 13, 2018. Seron, what are you doing? Where are you? I'm going to sleep now. Soo-hyun. Haha, last night I was out drinking and ended up throwing up. I went to sleep, threw up, I had to get off the car for it, and I'm barely waking up. Haha, afternoon that same day. Seron, are we meeting up tonight? Soo-hyun, tonight I might go out. Haha. Seron, unsent message. Haha, it's okay. I get it. You're on break and I understand you want to go out, but don't make plans and stood me up the same day. You did not contact me all day. I'm a bit upset. Despite all the debunked claims, it is still pretty implying that there was something going on prior to summer 2019. Some of these text messages seem pretty compromising. At the same time, Seron's family attorney said the family still wants Soo-hyun to apologize. According to them, it would have been enough if he had just admitted he had feelings for her, but clarified the relationship didn't become official until she was already 19 years old. This whole saga is starting to feel like a deja vu on repeat, but the drama isn't slowing down anytime soon. More details seem to drop day by day. So what do you think? Is Soo-hyun telling the truth? Is the family side more grounded in reality? Or maybe both are twisting the narrative to their advantage? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I am dying to hear your take. Until next time, keep your cups full and your minds open. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any sipping tea moments. Stay curious, stay skeptical, and stay tuned.